All right, let's get into it a little bit. Tyler Shough. He, in the third quarter of the first preseason game, completed a pass to a wide open guy down the field. How many yards is he going to throw for in week one of the regular season?
Like I like the play though because early I think it was during the 2 minute drive. Kevin Austin kind of hits a double move up the sideline and like the ball like he just misses like just a little bit on the throw. Maybe I think Kevin Austin probably could have made a better effort, but then like he comes back and hits it. So like at least you see the adjustment. I felt pretty good about him overall. Honestly, like he felt more dynamic. I really liked and look, it ended up leading to a punt, but like it felt like growth. The series where like they started at the 4 yard line, and he hits the bootleg to the right. It's the I think a 4 yard pass to Trayton Welch, and then on the next play, like evades pressure, goes to the left, hits the little curl, the little hitch on the left sideline to get him out, and like they end up punting a couple plays later, but like he got him out of that situation, and it felt like one of those moments in camp, like when I was coming on here and you guys are calling me like negative Nick, it felt like one of those moments in camp where you'd see him like in that situation and kind of panic a little bit, and he didn't. Even like the throwaway, I thought the throwaway like he put himself a little in like too much danger on the first year, like his arm gets hit, but like a week 10 days ago in camp, same situation he just kind of like panics and gets, flicks the ball away and gets hit for a intentional grounding. And that felt like a little bit like, all right, like he's at least adjusting to the mistakes. Now that there's a lot more adjustment that needs to happen, but he felt like the more dynamic player to me. Like it just, yeah. By the end of the game, I'm like, all right, like this is the guy probably week one. Like I don't see what needs to be happening. Before camp started, when we were talking about it on here, like I said, Spencer's got to throw like the knockout blow to keep him out of the game. Like the deck is rigged for the guy they picked to be their quarterback, and I thought he played it. If you're leaving that game, like I don't see how you see it going the other way. Now I think he needs to do it again this week. I think you start Chuck this week. You got to see it, put him out there against a higher level of competition, see if it continues. But like I think he's doing exactly what he needs to do to be the guy on week one.
So So are you saying based on his game one of preseason, you think he's going to be the starter?
I'm saying that he's pulled even with it, and if he continues on it and doesn't wilt in week two, I think that they would be inclined to go that direction. Now, the only caveat here is that, like, if you look at those first four games and you say, like, I don't want him going out there and going through the gauntlet of Arizona, San Francisco, Seattle, Buffalo. Like, I think there's maybe a thought process, a conversation that you have to have that maybe, hey, look, like, is it a better situation conducive to success if we protect him from what's probably going to be an 0-4 start, which is probably going to be a low success proposition? You put him in after that stretch. But, like, I don't know. Like, tell me if I'm being crazy. Like, I left that game feeling like he pulled even with it. Like, I thought up until this point, like, Rattler was playing better. I think about 5 days ago, like there was a process with Shough where like you really started to see him start making more plays. Like things started slowing down. I thought we saw a continuation of that in the game, and he made some stuff happen in messy situations, which I think is important. Like Kellen Moore has like repeatedly talked about like off schedule throws and being able to create in messy environments. I thought he did some of that. I felt like there was a little bit more dynamic upside there. And we'll see. Like, I think he definitely has to do it against a higher caliber defense. You aren't just beating up on twos and threes. But to me, it feels like the guy they want to play quarterback went out there and played pretty well. Threw a really bad pick six. I mean, that's got to get cleaned up. But I don't think that there was any separation for a guy that really was set up to have, the platforms to do that. And I think we just kind of saw some of the same mistakes, like not feeling the pressure, the sack fumble. Like there's just little things there that I think need to be better. You go through. There's a couple throws that I saw like a ton of conspiracy theories online about like how the play calling was different, but like man, I don't know. Like you go look at the Bob Means hitch, and you look just like 2 feet to his right. There's Cedric Wilson streaking down the field with his hand up, begging for the ball against a a safety that's dropping before the ball comes out, and it's just like, there were moments there where I think he could have, had the big plays too. Like I feel like they were calling it the same way, and obviously the 2-minute thing I think was the alley-oop, and if I'm Rattler, I'm probably pissed I didn't get a chance to go execute that against the softest coverage you're ever going to see in your life. But I think that's also maybe a little bit indicative of the lean, like the guy they picked at 40. I don't think that I've seen any bias in anything that's happened. If anything, I feel like it's been an extremely fair process. But that little bit of a lean, all right, I'm going to get my guy out here that I picked to execute this, get him going, set him up for success, and then roll into the second half. I would probably feel a certain type of way if I was QB1 going into that game and that happened. But man, I thought he played in a way that garnered confidence, and if he continues it, I could definitely see him being the week 1 starter.
The one thing for me that's tough when it comes to what Spencer had for his set of plays, he had pressure a couple of times immediately, down there on the goal line. He had, which is still crazy, the Chargers fullback who dabbles in playing defensive tackle beat the guard immediately, and before it even hit Spencer's hands, he had to escape the pocket, and he made a positive play out of it. It's tough for me to kind of grade Spencer because I actually thought when he had time and he threw the football, he was really good. I thought there was a lot of zip on the football. There was 2 or 3 plays, Nick, where Spencer just never even had a chance to be able to get the ball and go through his progression. And so for Spencer Rattler, it was kind of the worst case scenario of you didn't have protection. And then, like you said, in the 2-minute drive, they give that to Tyler Shough. And I kind of, I understand, they want to see what he can do as a rookie in that moment. But Spencer Rattler didn't really have a lot of great opportunities to be able to show you game wise what he's really done this training camp.
Yeah. I mean, look, I guess that's fair. I mean, but also look, they muff the punt. He's in the red zone. He takes a sack on a play where there's a guy open right over the middle on a crosser. It's just tough for me to get there to where it's a victim thing. I think opportunities were there for him to make plays. And he had on the first series 4 of the starting offensive linemen. On the third series, he still had 3. I don't feel like he was set up for failure or anything. And that was kind of one of the narratives I'm seeing online. It's that's crazy. Yeah, I don't think they executed great, but Tyler Shough's trying to throw the ball behind Barry Wesley. I don't feel like it was incredibly unfair, and one guy had way more opportunity. And obviously higher caliber player out there. The Chargers had I think 2 of their starters on the defensive line at the beginning of the game. So that's what I'm saying. I need to see it again next week from Shough, when he's going against those type of guys. But I just don't feel like. I don't feel like that opportunity was fully capitalized upon at the beginning of the game in a way in which you close the door on somebody that was, look, on April 25th, they made the decision to replace Rattler. It was just, it's just a matter of now whether he takes advantage of the road they paved for him, gets in the car and drives down it. It's not like he's trying to build a road to get there. They've laid it out for him. That's the guy they want to play. He's 26 years old. This isn't we're taking, Lenora Sellers, a 20-year-old in the second round or something like that. This is a 26-year-old man who is going to be 30 when he signs his next contract. The vision is for him to play. So I think, if he does well this week in preseason week 2, I think it's definitely there. Like I said, though, I think you have to have a serious conversation if you decide as an organization, this is the guy, what you're doing at the beginning of the season, because you could put him out there and he's getting his ass kicked, and then the whole stadium's cheering for Spencer Rattler. I don't think that's a great situation if you decide this is your quarterback. But look, I think honestly the most likely outcome, as we sit here and debate these 2 guys over and over, and we're going to do it probably for the next several weeks, I think the most likely outcome in December, we're having conversations about what's happening on Saturdays. I think that's probably still what you're judging this against, and I think that's probably what the season's going to be about. So I kind of want to see both. I don't really care what they do, and I kind of want to see both of them, but I just want to know at the end of the season that there is definitive evidence, definitive proof. There's no maybe, there's no, well, man, I would have liked to see more of them. I don't want the Saints to be in a situation like Atlanta, like where they think they feel good about Penix, but they aren't absolutely sure. Like there's still that little bit of variance. If the Saints are picking second in next year's draft, I want them to know for sure whether they should take Quade Cupnick or Woods or Parker. Like, whatever Clemson guy you need, just know which position's filled and know which one isn't. And whatever they do this year, personally, I'm pressing for Shough, like on a certain level at a certain point this season. I'll start whatever. Like, it's just like, you got to see him, you got to know, because like, I don't think 4 games is enough. We've seen Josh Dobbs be good in 4 games. Like, you can get lied to through 4 games. Like, so if Tyler Shough is the guy they're looking at, like, hey, this is the guy with the potential, I want to see him out there for like 12 games this season, and I don't care what happens in him. Like, I think it just should be a fact-finding mission kind of overall, and I think it's just highly, highly important. That's the most important thing this season, is just having that answer, whether you have the guy or not. And if you talk yourself into like a half measure, I don't know if that's the best outcome.
Hey, what did Josh Dobbs do
still
to
your
you,
girl,
Nick?
dude?
Man, golly.
But I mean, you remember there was like a little thing where it was like Josh Dobbs is balling, he's leading Sports Center for 3-4 weeks, and then like all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, that was Josh Dobbs. You know what I mean? Like, he just got
That's the main takeaway we
That's the
took.
main
Was
takeaway.
like,
Yeah, Josh Dobbs.
Josh Dobbs took
Golly.
Nick's girl.
I hate to hear it, man. Jeez. Oh, man. Nick, you're the man. We appreciate it every single week. neworleans.football is the website. I cannot wait to see the content coming from the van parked outside of the stadium. That is electric. Hey, we appreciate it, sir. Enjoy Southern California.
Yeah, take it easy, guys.